Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to do the layout for Aiden's sister. This one is for Aiden. He had 5 photos. She's only going to have 3. I used 49 Market Shore, or it's Vintage Artistry Shore. And when I picked out the papers, my goal was to use this one for him and this one for her. But then the other day when I was showing him, I flipped this over and I thought, oh, it's already got stuff on it. So I am going to use this side. I actually already have the photos laid down and taped down. And I had made this by looking at this. Actually, I was going to make it larger. If you've seen the last video, I was going to make it larger. So I was sketching it out and I cut it out and I was going to start paper piecing it. But then after I laid this down, it's like, no, it's way too big. So then I decided to actually make it the size that I printed this out. So, but I could have used this, but I wanted it to be, you know, I wanted it to look like everything else, I guess is what I'm saying. I didn't want it to be a photo. So anyway, again, I'm gonna make this, and I thought just in case somebody wanted to see how to make it, I would make it. And so if you don't want to see it, you can just skip along, because the layout will follow this afterwards. So now this one, I decided on his, I had it facing him because of the 5 photos. I had this one facing him so it all looked there together. And on this one, I'm going to put it down in here. And so it's really going to be in a similar place, but I decided I want it to go this way. And so, so I'm going to make it to go in that direction. This is the paper I'm using, and this is what I used for the other one. And what I did was trace it. Now the last time I traced it this way because of going in the other direction. So I traced it on the back of the paper, face down, and then I'm going to cut it out. And I mean, yeah, I've got it in pencil, but it's very easy to see. I don't know if you can see it through there, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this out, and I'll be right back and we'll do the rest together so you can see it in case you want to ever do something like this. Because really, you can paper piece anything. And I'll talk more about that when I'm doing this. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got that all cut out, and now I've totally cut the fins off because it was too hard to go around it, and that's what I did the last time, so I just did the same thing I did before. Now, I punched these holes out, and I thought, okay, they're the right size, or circles out. I didn't punch holes out. Well, I did punch holes out right here. And then I did the same thing with the blue. It's like, okay, so those are perfect. And so, so I'm just going to punch one more, and I'll tell you this. It's really hard to use this punch. I don't know, it needs work or something. This one I love, and it was like $1, I think, and punches out so easy. Oh, and maybe I can't get it out. Tweezers, tweezers. I'm standing up because I had to punch, so. Okay. And they're not perfect, but that's okay. I mean, because I can see they're a little rough. Okay, so then I actually, now this time I'm going forward. Yeah, because my other part's wrong, or it's the other side, so I can't really see it. Okay, so this one I actually did this. Now, back when I first started scrapbooking, I did a birthday cake for my oldest daughter, and it was Wonder Woman. And so anyhow, I actually printed out a picture of Wonder Woman from computer or from the internet, and then I actually just cut out the whole thing in paper. So this one I'm just tracing pieces, but that one I actually just taped it on and just cut out all the pieces out of the colors I needed it to be. And so really, if there's something that you can't find, you can do that. Because back then you could not find Wonder Woman stickers anywhere. That was about 24 years ago. Okay, so I'm going to use that. And then, and actually I would probably be better off to actually trace this part, just because when you cut it out, you know, it's not exactly the same. So now I'm going to do the fins. So I'll go ahead and do it like this. Oh, I wonder if I can use this. I'll just go ahead and use this, because I might need that scrap for something else another day. Okay, so I'm going to put this right up to the edge and trace around it. Oh, and I should have traced the back, because I'm going to leave a little edge, but that's alright because I'm going to ink it anyway. And this time I don't need to put that part on there because I'm not going to have that in red. So then I'm just going to cut these pieces out. And I try to go inside the line a little. And if it's not perfect, I'll just trim it up when I get it on the yellow part of the submarine. Now let's see, it goes kind of rounded, which I don't have that shape sketched on here or drawn on here, but I can just wing it. And I'm a slow fussy cutter, but I like to fussy cut. Okay, and I'm gonna just kind of eyeball it. Yep, it looks pretty good. Okay, now you notice it's rounded, and it looks like it's only about a quarter or an eighth of an inch from there. So I'm gonna just put in that round shape. And it won't be perfect, probably, but it will be close enough. Oh yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay, I think right here I could go in a little bit more, so I'm just going to do that. Okay. So it looks good to me. I'm going to glue on this piece and the blue piece. I think maybe let's see, I have a blue here. Well, I guess I could actually trace it on there later, so I'm not gonna, I was gonna just draw a little bit on it, but I'm actually gonna draw on it with other colors too. So I'm gonna put this on here. I keep wanting to flip it over because of doing it the other direction last time. It's like that's in my memory, I guess. Okay, and let's see. I can see that this looks like it needs to be a little thinner next to this little spinning area. So I am going to trim that down somewhat. Okay, I guess I did have it off there. Okay, so that's pretty good there. Okay, and then when I did this little part, I just basically winged it. So I just cut kind of a elongated oval. So I'm going to do that. And then do it again over here. I thought this looks like one of the interiors of the O's that I had die cut. If it would have just been long enough. Okay, so that will go there. And okay, now I want to ink around this with the red, and I'm using Fire Brick Red. You know, I have about, I don't think I have 20, I don't think I have 20 inks, but it's like I'm winging it. Okay, so I'm just kind of going over this with the colors so it looks very much like that. And you see how yellow it looks now? I mean, it's so funny because I think this is the part that I thought, oh, I should have inked that ahead. So I'm just going to run over that a little bit. And now do this. Now it doesn't matter if I go over that because I'm going to be inking it black. Okay, I'm going to go over this just a little bit more. And I'm also going to ink it a little bit more here. Because I'm trying to make it look, you know, a lot like that. Actually, when I first pulled that up, I thought, no, I want it more yellow. But by the time I was done with it the other day, it's like, gosh, it's almost the same color when I did Aiden's. Okay, so I think that's pretty good there. I don't need to do any red up the top because I'm going to ink that with a pen. Okay, so I think that's pretty good there. I didn't make quite as much shadow on it as that one, but let me see. I think I do want to try to get it a little bit better right here. Okay, so it looks smooth. Okay, so I've got that. Now I need my blue piece. If I can pick it up. And I think I'm going to glue here. Okay, and I do want that little window there. So I'm going to just clip off some of this here and use that area. Okay, so I'm going to bring this up here right to that edge, and then I'm going to pencil that into. Okay, now all I've really done is make that line so I have the same curve. And then I'm going to decide how long I want to make it. I'm trying to get up to that line. And so I'm going to go about that big. And I'm just guesstimating it. And I'm just going to slightly round it there. Or just kind of curve it. It's nothing round. It's just curved. Okay. And then I'm going to cut it to that mark. So it should be the right size. Okay, and again I'm gonna put the glue here because it's easier to put on here, and because that way if I drop it I'm not gonna be putting glue every place where I don't want it. Okay. Okay, so that looks pretty good there. Okay, and then I'm just gonna get my scraps out of the way because I think I have everything that I need now. Okay, so I'm gonna put the windows in here, but I want to put this line here first. So where's my invisible ruler? And you can do this with anything. Now, it's like when I did the Wonder Woman, I should have brought her out and showed you. I know she's in one of my daughter's album. And I just took one and just cut out every little piece of her in the color that it needed to be of paper. And back then it was like you were pretty much working with, you know, very little pattern paper. Okay, and then I'm gonna sketch right along this window. So I'm just taking this pen, and this is a Creative Memories pen, and I've had that for as long as I've been scrapbooking. It's Precious Element Fine Tip. Okay, and did I use this? I don't remember if I even used this the other day. I don't think so. I think I just kind of, because it's rounded, so I think I just sketched it in so it kept with that round shape. So I did that. And then I'm gonna line around the blue piece. I'm gonna see how this is rounded here. Oh, I should come in a little bit. Okay, it looks like I'm safe in staying there. Okay, because you know how I like to just slide right out of the camera. Okay, so this part here, and yep, I was gonna say, can I see what I'm sketching here? Yeah. I put a little more ink over it than what I did the last time, so it's not as easy to see. But if I want to show it more, I will add black or something. Okay, so I'm gonna draw around this part too. And, oh, did I lose my little propeller? I need my propeller. So I can actually put that on there now. And I'm just gonna put it right on the back. So it won't be exactly like this, where there's two pieces, but I thought me putting two pieces on there might be a little difficult. Oh, and I guess just getting out the glue is difficult. And so I'm just putting it on the back. If I wouldn't have told you, you'd have never known. Okay. And then, okay, then did I put down my, I don't know if I put my other parts down before I did this or not, but I can do this now. And now it's a lot easier when this thing is going the same direction as your sketch. So actually, if I would have done it earlier, I would have just printed out another one in the other direction, because it would have been easier, because I had to think backwards. Okay, so I'm gonna draw these lines in every place. And mine might not look exactly like it, but you know, you won't have this one next to it, so you won't even know. It's the beauty of it. Okay. Now this one comes down only part way. So I'm very much copying it. Okay, and then there's a door here. And we're trying to keep the shape of the submarine. So that's why I'm kind of curving the lines so that it looks like it's, you know, an oval shape. And let's see here. So I've got those. Okay, and then over here, I'm going to turn it over just because my ink seems kind of wet there. So I'm trying not to hit it. Okay, and then I need to do one at the bottom. I think I got it a little eraser there. Can I move it? Yeah, okay. Okay, and this one comes up. Now, because it goes up almost to the little windows, I think I'm going to leave that off until, and I'll put the rivets in after I glue these pieces down. Okay, now I took, because these are not perfectly round, they're a little frayed, I am going to ink them. Well, I wanted them inked anyway, because see how these are darker? So I would have inked them anyway. But hopefully, you know, it covers up my flaws, or the paper's flaws, or the punch's flaws. I did take apart a punch once. I found a thing on YouTube, took apart the punch, and I can't tell you how much better it worked after that. Okay, so one is going to be right on top of the circle, basically centered. I thought I'd better look in the lens, make sure I'm right in the right spot. So I'm going to keep that there. And when I look at this, it looks like, okay, it's about 1/8 of an inch from there. So one thing, if you have something the right size, it's much easier to replicate it, because then you can do all the measurements in your head, how close it is. Okay, and this one is, oh, maybe 3/8. It's a little more. Okay, and this one is even a little further back. It's maybe 1/4 of an inch. Now you can see I didn't make mine as close to that, so my line to here is different, but that's okay. Like I said, nobody's gonna know it because they're not gonna be seeing that one, and it doesn't have, I didn't mean for it to be identical. But I mean, it will be pretty close. Slid over a little bit, but it might be too late. Yep, it's not moving now. Okay. I say it takes a little longer to dry since it got so humid, but it still dries fast. Okay, I think that's pretty close. Okay, so now I'm going to draw that other door on, or what looks like a door to me. Okay, and it starts about almost at the middle. And again, it's kind of, you know, scooped or curved, because that shows the line of the, that it's a dimensional vehicle. Okay, oh, I have one line here. Okay, now I'm going to put the rivets in, and I paid no attention to how many there actually was. I just kind of decided what looked even to me, and I went with that. And let's see over here. But I did try to get them actually in the right place, in case it looked like that for a reason. Like, okay, that's gonna hold it together. Oh, it wasn't even that way. Okay. So that one got different. That's okay. Like I said, nobody will ever know. Okay. I'm gonna put a couple in here. Okay, and then I want some here. See, I put my rivets a lot closer because I want to make sure it doesn't leak. Okay, and then the rivets are out here on this one. Oh, because this one actually opens. Maybe this one only opens if the mechanic is working on it. Okay, and then there's one right here. There's a line. I'm going to put some lines there. And then I actually took this and drew across here. And then I just colored all this in. And I was amazed at how well my reds match. Okay, and then I think I drew around the one part red too. Okay, I think I gotta bring this line over a little bit. Okay, mine's a little bigger there, but that's okay. And right here on the one I'm using to sketch, it's actually yellow here, but since my submarine is yellow, it would be hard for it. Well, I guess I could have just left it yellow, but I'm gonna do that. And let's see. Okay, I think I got all the parts in there. Okay, and then for my black, I'm actually using the Paper Studio pens. This one is the 5mm, so this one's the thickest one, and I love these pens. You get 3 in a pack. They're 3 different sizes, but none of them are really thick. Okay, so I'm just coloring all this in. And I kind of kept it going the same way, so if the lines showed, you've seen that they were all going the same way. Okay, and then I want this little part black. Okay, and then there's rivets around here. So I'm doing one at the top, one at the bottom, one at each side, and then one in the middle of those spaces. And then I'm doing that to all of them. Oh, did I say one time I actually made a submarine like this for a birthday, or no, it was a going away party for my friend whose son was going into whatever you go into to be in a submarine all the time. What part of the service is that? I'm not sure. Okay, so I decided to just draw that in black so that you can see that part. So it's kind of sketchy, but that's okay. And let's see. So I got that done, and I see that I forgot rivets across here. And I could have made all these black too, but I did them in red first the other day, so I thought, oh, I'm just gonna go with that. Now around the window, I'm gonna go around that with black too. I don't know if I did the other one or not. Nope. It just looked like there was so much red there because I made my little top a little bit wider. Okay, what else am I needing to do? Oh, the little, I don't know what you want to call it, the little surveillance thing. I forget what they're called, periscope, that's it. Little periscope. So I'm just putting that in the blue. And when it dries, I mean, it looked pretty close to that, the right color. So that's done. And then, where's my little white pen? Huh, I could have swore I had everything here. Okay, I'm gonna have to go get my white pen because I do not see it. Okay, I got my white pen. Okay. So now this one has like a circle, and it's like I wasn't even gonna attempt that. So I'm just gonna do just like I am gonna do with the windows. And do one thinner line and then one thicker line. So it's like more like that. And I bought these, they're called Mr. Pen, and they're a white gel pen. I had bought another one, and it's like I used it up so fast, and it was a chalk pen, so that was like so annoying that, that it was done so fast. I'm gonna do the same thing up here. Okay, and do that in there too. And so that is it. Okay, so I think it looks pretty good. I mean, it still looks like a cartoon one, like this one. And I think it turned out really cute. And it really wasn't that much work. I found it fun to do. Okay, and then the other thing I did, which I didn't tell you the other day, is I took these letters because this ended up, you know, not as yellow as what I had planned. Let's see, I think this goes this way. So I took the red and I just put red on a little less than the bottom of everything. I didn't do the whole half. A little less than half. Is that what I want to say? Okay, and then I did that to all the letters. So it stayed, anything that was yellow, it had a little bit of that color tinting on it. Now, if I would have thought about, now I actually printed out the whole alphabet, but if I would have thought about it ahead, I might have, you know, just put down, or, you know, inked one part of it and then cut them out. But I didn't do that. Okay, so now I'm going to put everything over to the side and then do the layout. And this was a piece of paper. I know I've had it for probably 20 some years. So So I'm glad to have that done. Okay, I think I'm gonna put down the title first, so I'm gonna pause and I'll be right back. Okay, so I've got Explore on here. I just titled it the same as his. I've thought about putting adventure, and it's like, oh, I'd just be like, I'd have one kid go, how come this guy got this and the other kid got this? So I thought I'm just gonna make them the same. I mean, I've already switched up the paper. Okay, so I'm gonna put this down here, and did I have this first? I don't remember. Okay, well, let me tell you, first of all, I had this several different ways. I've got this orange here. This is going to be a little bit orange here. Well, it's kind of, you know, brownish orange or whatever. And so I'm going to have this here, that color, this here, that color, and then we got yellow down here. And I had put this up here before, and then this down here, and then with it, or this over here someplace, and then it's like, oh, it just seems so heavy over here. So then I decided I needed to have the fish up here, and I think I actually had it over here first. Well, then I decided, okay, I want this fish over here and fish over here. Oh, I got one of those parts where when you punch it out, it leaves a little paper behind. I guess that's why I have a file handy. Sorry, I thought it was cut off here, but it's not going. Okay, there we go. And here. Okay, I didn't notice it until. So I'm going to be putting these up here. And you can see how that makes it, that balances things out better. And I'm going to use this here also. And then you can see how the balance is so much better. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put down this one. Maybe about right there. And then I thought, this looks like a daddy fish. This looks like a baby fish. And then I've got the mama fish. And I'm going to put the mama fish up on dimensionals. And again, I knew I was going to do this. I should have just went ahead and did it ahead. Okay, and then let me use one of this one that's a piece of one. And I need another little piece. Do I have one started someplace? Nope. Okay, since the fin is kind of that shape that I just cut off there, I'm going to put it like that. And I'm checking to make sure I'm still in screen. Okay, I put my scraps over here. I get all done sometimes and all those little circles are all over the floor. And at first I think, what's this dimensional doing on the floor? Okay, because you know they cost enough that you don't want to lose them. Okay, so I'm going to put her touching the dad. And overlapping him for dimension. And then the little one, you know, is trying to catch up. And I felt like I got a little bit of glue here, yep. Okay, so I've got them down. And then I'm going to put dimensionals on here, and I think I'm going to pause and do that because it's a big space. Okay, I've got the chipboard on there. I don't want to show you what I'm using. It's Cartabella. It was frames. So it's like I only had to use one big piece, and then I had some little tiny pieces that I used. Okay, So I am putting down this piece first, and I want to make sure I'm in frame. And again, I do tape everything I can, just because once you glue, it's glued. But I think I've got enough little tiny stray pieces I'm going to have to glue to. So I'm just putting it on all the little outer pieces that I didn't get tape on. Okay. So I'm going to put this in here. So this will add to my layers because it already has something here. And then this was more together, but I kind of pulled it apart because I want to do oh, I can't think and glue at the same time. I was going to say the mermaid. No, the submarine. In the midst of it. So I'm going to put that a little bit that way. This over here, and then I don't want that to stick yet, so I'm not going to push that down because I'm going to stick the fin underneath there a little bit, or the propeller or whatever. So I'm going to just kind of put it in here. See, I maybe went up a little bit. Maybe about like that. And I will have to put dimensional underneath here. And I didn't have any glue that was near that fin. Whoops. Now I have a ton. Okay. Okay, so I'm putting that one up there. And I will just take like maybe 2 halves, because this one's thinner than the other one I worked with. And I'm going to peel off the back. Let's see. I think it looks like it needs to go. I'm stuck to it. Okay, now I'm going to get that other piece in there because it's going to take 2 to be the depth that it needs to be. And of course I got them both going different directions. There we go. Let's see if that's enough. I think back where it's supposed to be. Okay, that's pretty good there. I need to put a little glue here. And just like the other day, it's like it doesn't matter if you can see this glue because I'm going to overlap that. Okay. And let's see, I have this, and I have another one. Okay. So this one is going to be real close to where I glued that, but not right over top of it. And I want it to look like it's kind of laying to the side. And then this one's gonna come over that little edge just a little bit. That little edge of the plant. And then I have this one here that I put a piece of chipboard on too. So it just brings it a little more forward. Okay, and then I have these fish. Now, yeah, I guess you can see those fish. And they're striped like these ones too, even though these ones are really wide this way. Okay, so I'm going to put this one going this one goes this way. Now all the fish are going this way in these pictures. That's what I noticed the other day when I did them. It's like, except for this guy right here that turned around to get his picture taken. He thought, oh, I'm leaving and they're taking photos. You know that happened. I'm gonna be famous. Okay, and then this one is going back there like he's going back to talk to that guy, that fish. Okay, and where is my enamel dots? I know I have them out. Oh, here they are. Never mind, they're right next to me. Okay, so I'm using the water ones again, and I'm going to use them like they're air bubbles. So since this is the biggest fish, I'm giving him the biggest bubble. And the mama fish, she gets the medium size. And the baby fish gets a little one. And then, did I put any place else? Nope, I think just by the fish. So I'm going to do the same thing today. Okay, so I'm going to give the dad another one. So I'm going to give him 3. Ah. And then I'm going to put one down here by this guy. And one down here by this guy. Maybe I'll put 3 down here. And give the little one an extra one because, you know, he had to work hard to catch up. Okay, and then I'm out of those. Okay, so, you know, you had to share them. I'm going to slide this back a little bit. Okay, let me press those down. I don't like finding them on my desk when I get all done. Okay, so that is it for today. And let's see if I can put the glue lid on. I can show you the 2 of them together real quick. And get this stuff out of the way. You know, I have stuff from yesterday and all the stuff from today. Okay, so this will be Alex's. And this one is Aiden's. So that's pretty fun, I think. I know they loved it. So I'm pretty sure it was an awesome experience. I forgot to ask him about it when I went up there to see him. But they were so busy because they were having Allie's party. Their birthday is in, actually it's December 31st. The doctor actually wrote Daddy's little deductions on their birth certificate. And so anyhow, she wanted to have a summer birthday party, so she just had her party. So Aiden had his on his birthday. So that's what we were celebrating the last time I seen him, so I forgot to ask him about how exciting this was. So thank you for joining me. I will have close-ups at the end, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a wonderful and blessed day. Bye-bye.